glass of cannabis. It's been a glorious year. I want someone in here to stand to their feet and tell me their best way to smoke. Who will it be? You right here. What's your name, girl?
Not him. It don't really matter when we all agree. What's your best way to smoke? Best. Cause I'm rolling it up. Smoke like I ain't had enough. What's your best way to smoke? What's your best? Cause I'm rolling it up. Smoke like I ain't had enough.
What's up with y'all out there? This is the Best Way to Smoke podcast, and you smoking with Big J.
Serpo Jr. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and tell a friend.
Please believe, make sure you do that. And we want to thank everybody that tap in and tune in with the Best Way to Smoke podcast. We definitely appreciate y'all, man. Keep on checking us out. You know, pass it along to your friends. Hit that subscribe button and that like button, like Serpo said. And you know, before we dig all the way in the show, we do the Best Way to Smoke tip. And Serpo Jr. got the Best Way to Smoke tip tonight.
Yeah, this tip right here, man, it just comes shouts out to my little brother. Like I was just blowing with my little brother, and it's like I was finding his best way to smoke with him. We was smoking on a little loose leaf. Down there, I guess like the little backwood or whatever. And it's like, I'm like, I hate these motherfuckers because at the end, it's like it get to like coming apart and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I hate that shit. And like a real like stoner moment, you just chilling.
Yeah.
My little brother like, just patch that shit up.
Yeah, just patch
You
it
know what I'm
up.
saying? And I just start busting up. So pretty much the tip is it's like, man, like whatever it is you're rolling up. If you got your Zag, your hemp wrap, your wood, your loose leaf, man, if it get the coming loose or whatever, man, don't get sad. Patch that shit up.
Patch it up, you know, is always the way to go. That's a good tip too, though. Yeah, don't get mad at it. Patch it up because you might, you know, you got hemp, you got tobacco, motherfuckers that roll with hemp, tobacco, banana, you know, banana leaf, different ones. I noticed with the banana leaf, I like smoking out of those though, but with those, you know what I mean, they kind of come loose. So you got to kind of keep fucking with them and shit though if you don't really get them right the first time. So, you know, just don't get mad about it. Patch it up.
Patch that shit up.
Cause like, what you think, man, when it comes down to the way cannabis has been regulated so far?
With
You
the
know,
way cannabis has been regulated?
with the way cannabis has been regulated, and hold on, before we do that, look, I want to give a shout out to Americana. We just came from their event, and you know, it was a dope event. A lot of good vendors out there. You know, we network with a lot of people. It was definitely a dope situation, man. We appreciate y'all inviting us out. And yeah, go check them out. Check out their dispensary. They got the good syrup, the good flour, the good vapes, you know, the good what you need. Tap in with them. But like just the way it's regulated in the aspect of how certain like in the industry, like big businesses still right now is allowed to get a piece of it in the gray area. You know what I mean? But it's still smaller businesses that's being that's shutting down because they can't hold on. That's, you know, cutting employees and stuff like that though. So the fact that it's regulated like that for the big dogs to be able to withstand the situation, and the smaller ones that can't hold on, they just fall off and lose out.
Mm-hmm. Shit, well, in that aspect, the way it's regulated, it seems as if like, excuse me. Like, how can I put this, man? It's regulated to the point to where it's like they only want an elite group of people to actually be in business. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this cannabis shit, they want the minority, as it's like put out there, meaning like the black and brown, to continue to just be a consumer. That's just my opinion of it. It's too many hurdles and loops you have to go through to like actually stay up to date on certain rules and regulations that's constantly changing. Certain shit that's going up to higher offices that's secretly changing, that's not put out into the public, and then it's like, all right, bam, I'm caught slipping.
Right.
So then there go another strike or some shit right there. So it's like I just feel the way it's regulated now, they just want it to where it's like it's gonna be an elite group of people that can actually be up inside this cannabis shit as far as like business.
Right.
And it's like that's just my opinion coming from me with the way it's being regulated now.
So you just think in the aspect of selling cannabis, selling weed, growing it.
Products and all, you know what I'm saying?
You,
Not just the flower of it, like every aspect of cannabis that you can actually think of. Because it's like they banned this shit for a certain reason. You know, it
excuse
was
me.
a social thing like coming like from with us. You
Right.
know, we use this shit, we get creative, we get artistic, you know, in a productive way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they banned that shit because of said reasons. But now it's on a scale of being like, oh, we're trying to legalize this of it, but we need to regulate this of it. You know, and it's like by them having control of the shit, it's like whether you're dealing with a hemp product, whether you're dealing with a CBD product, whether you're dealing with THC,
Mm.
whether you selling fucking clothes, they want a piece of the pie.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like just like I said, it's like they wanted to be just an elite group to have this shit. And it's like some of the knowledge that a lot of people that's going through the struggle is acquiring. They putting that knowledge out there and shit like that. And it may seem as if it's being rejected, but that shit is being consumed up. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And they gonna use that shit to their benefit.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's my
Yeah,
take on
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's a way. It's a way for a motherfucker to be able to still survive without being put in a situation where a motherfucker gotta do a 187. You know what I'm saying? No, but
But you talk and you speaking within the realms within the cannabis industry, right?
right,
And
right,
it's
right,
and that's crazy that you say that because it's like say you do get like all the way in the door, you get your
right.
business, it is flowing, it's rolling. You know, they bringing us something to where it's like since you are cannabis like business owners, you have dealings with this, you can't even be a gun owner.
Yeah. I think just before we jump into that part of it though, I think as far as selling products, I think it's different than actually selling the weed,
Hmm.
selling papers and bongs and all that kind of shit. Though I think it would still be kind of like in its own realm, kind of left alone to a certain extent, to where it's a way to kind of switch your program up and do something different to still be able to make a profit.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, in business, it's about making a profit. You definitely want to take care of the consumer of who you selling to, but you want to make a fucking profit though. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be, if it's pushed that way, man, you would hope that it would swing that way for businesses to branch off into other avenues to help, to help with they losing, from the weed. If big business come kind of take that take that approach and kind of take over some shit and regulate. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Man, I'm high as a motherfucker though. But we was at the Americana today. You know what I mean? We had a good time, smoking on some good weed, drinking on some good THC drink. And we want to come in here and bring y'all some good information and stuff though before we dipped off through the night on our
It was
own little missions.
it was what they second year anniversary.
Yep, second year
You know, they got
anniversary.
yeah, they anniversary. They got good quality product up in there, going from your edible to your flower
Yep,
to like all the good shit.
yep. The edibles, the flowers,
Yeah,
the rosin. You know what I'm saying? Nigga don't fuck with nothing else but the rosin though. I'm just getting on it and shit though. And then you slid me the rosin pen and shit though. That shit tastes good too though.
yeah, yeah.
Yep,
And it's like another thing about it too. They homie. Like what
yep,
I mean by homie or whatever, you're not finna just go in the shop, look at some shit, and be like, "Oh, I'll just get this," and you're not knowing what the fuck it is.
yep,
You know what I'm saying? You go up in there, they look out for you. You
Yep.
know, they be like, all right, we got this. Oh, by the way, we got a sale over here on this, such and such, with the wild wham. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a nice spot. It's real cool.
Yeah, and think about it, like when you walk in, it's like the person that's gonna help you, they greet you, take
Mm-hmm.
you around to every different location. You know what I'm saying? Whether you looking for the flower, looking for whatever you looking for, they're gonna take you to that location, tell you about what you getting, give you whatever information that they got about it and shit though. So that's dope, man. So definitely check out the Americana. You can look them up on Instagram. They on the like the what's that, like the west side, kind of like
You
of
could say
west side, east side um
Long Beach.
of Long Beach. Yeah, right off the 710 freeway.
Yeah.
Just look them up, check them out. But it's in the realm of what you saying about having a business, a cannabis business, and not being able to possess a firearm. If you think about a lot of these equity programs, it's for the minority, for
Mm-hmm.
people that have been convicted of crimes before though. You know what I'm saying? Whether marijuana crimes or other crimes, like shit that's related. You know what I mean? So you would think it's probably a lot of them that's not going to be able to have a firearm to protect their business. But it's ways around that though, if you really think about it, and if you really invested in protecting your property, hire a security company. You know, hire a security guard, have a security guard there, an armed security guard. Have two of them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Just to make
Okay.
sure your shit is protected.
That's super cool. And it's like you totally
In the
right.
realm of business.
In the realm of business.
Yeah.
That's cool. You're totally right. But even within the realm of business, if you get within that business, and this is just to my knowledge, I could be corrected.
Right.
Within the realm of business, how you gonna protect your home? You have a cannabis business. You can't own this
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I mean that's true. That's true too though. But I'm in the realm of business, I'm speaking of having like a location. You got a business,
That's my
you
whole
know,
point. You have your business and
you
it's
have a
a successful
dispensary.
and you have a successful dispensary and all of that shit. By you having that, you can't practice your Second Amendment right.
I
On the
think
business,
right.
off the business.
But I think they would try to separate that situation though.
It's
It,
not well
it's not it's not a separate situation, but they would try to separate that situation and shit though. It's a separate situation right now
as
in
easy
their
as that
eyes.
shit sound right there. That's not the case though.
And who eyes?
In the eyes of these motherfuckers who writing these stupid ass laws.
What's not the case?
Of trying to separate you having a cannabis business and having certain rights to going off. It's certain. It's the way the shit is worded. And again, I could be corrected. If you get into the cannabis business, or even if you are registered as a cannabis user, you know what I'm saying? Either or, you cannot practice that Second Amendment
That's
because
in
it's like
certain states though.
that's all around. You know what I'm
That
saying? Because as of right now, this shit is not legal. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's still
you
up
mean it's
under,
not federally legal.
it's not federally legal. That's what I'm meaning. Yes. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you
So
mean
on the,
under federal law it's that way. Not under the state or the counties and shit like that. Under the federal law it's that way.
under the federal law, yes. And you have to go through that federal law to actually obtain that firearm.
Hmm. So if you have anything connected to cannabis, you can't do
They
it.
trying to strip you of your Second Amendment. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's
And,
like if you
and
if you register, you know what I'm saying? If you going and you registering as a recreational cannabis user, a medical cannabis user, I'm having a cannabis business, this, that, and the other.
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, you falling up in this gray area right here. So since you falling in this gray area right here, soon as you try to go and like try to register for something, a firearm on a federal level to bypass that background shit. Oh, you dealing with cannabis or such and such on a certain level. This is a Schedule 1 type
Hmm.
shit. You're going to be denied about this because of your business.
Yep. And
All
look,
right, but look, hold up. But you
yeah.
hire your security team. You beat that. Okay. Fuck you. You get your security team, this, that, and the other. Well, then you go home, you know what I'm saying? It's like shit. I'm making that much money where I got my
Look,
security
you
team
go
right
home.
here.
Look, you go home, and that's when you have your wife that or whoever your significant other is, that might have their Second Amendment rights.
Uh-huh. And then
You
that make
have them to be able to possess, and you can't strip them of their Second Amendment rights just because you are stripped of yours. So that your significant other can have a firearm. It's extra precautions you got to take when you're in the house with somebody that's a felon. You know what I mean? That don't have their rights, their gun rights and shit like that though. But man, it's a way around it though. You know
yeah,
what
it
I
is a
mean?
way around that shit. You know what I'm saying? And as logical as that shit is, these motherfuckers who writing these laws is not that logical.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I
You
could
may
dig
do
it.
some shit, and then it's like, all right, by you being the owner of this end of the spectrum and you being the owner on that end of the spectrum, oh shit, they crossing. We finna come up with some shit. We finna now one of you motherfuckers can have this shit now.
On the real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like shit. It's a 42 faking that shit. You
Bye
know what I
bye,
mean?
bye bye.
So and it's
All
like
right.
they and it is as they just trying to dictate how a motherfucker can protect what's most valuable, your own
Mm-hmm.
life. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, a motherfucker come in, whether it's a cannabis business, a fucking shoe business, or ice cream parlor. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker come in there and try to rob you of your hard earnings, man. You dealing with you fucking with my livelihood.
Yeah.
You fucking
Yeah.
with my family
Yeah.
livelihood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like forbid shit go wrong, you know what I'm saying? Somebody can get fatally fucking hurt. And you
Facts.
mean to tell me I can't go and like potentially defend myself? I'm defending myself. I'm not trying to um gain this business, get a firearm, and then, go on the offense. I'm
I
not
think
finna be on
look,
the offense
look,
of this shit. I like it's a defensive
yeah, and I
tool.
think a lot of the times though too, you might have to fight for that though. You
Oh,
feel me? You might have to get out there and fight and figure out the steps you need to take to get there and obtain that to be able to get your rights back.
mm-hmm,
And some people are in situations where in a lot of these states they have certain crimes to where you can't get your shit back though, to where your shit is just stripped once you commit that specific crime. You know what I'm saying? So it's processes you can go through. You can start out with maybe trying to get your record expunged.
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? Then you can move on to okay, if once that go through and you get your record expunged, now you can look into how can I get my firearm rights back. First, you got to look and see if your firearm rights were even took from you. You know what I'm saying? Then you go in there, okay, they was. Okay, now what steps do I need to take to get this? Sometimes you might have to come out the pocket and get a lawyer,
mm-hmm.
that specialize in that situation. You know what I mean? So it's I could say it like this: where there's a will, there's a way. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? But a lot of the times it's obstacles, and it might be a little harder for some of us. You know what I mean? But is where there's a will, there's a motherfucking way, man.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
Yeah. But look though, cause what you think about um the shit with Ti and Boosie though, man? What you think about like how the nigga Boosie talking about the nigga like you know what I'm saying, the nigga ratted and shit, and then Ti doing the paperwork party. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, come through, come look at the paperwork, player. I ain't did shit. You know what I'm saying? What you
Those are
think?
those men's actions.
Yeah.
And well, it is that man's actions and that man's opinion.
What you mean? You say is you say is that's their business though, but I'm asking you like what you think as far as like do you think based off the situation like the nigga Ti saying his cousin he talked to his cousin that's dead and his cousin said it was okay to put the shit on him because he dead.
Man, if I
And
got
look, and at the time Ti just came out and said it. He could have kept it to himself. Nobody knew that shit.
I understand he probably could have kept it to himself or whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, if the motherfucker is saying anybody did any fucking thing, like in this situation, it's like, okay, come with the documents or some shit. Because just as you say, T.I. had the fucking paperwork party. You know what I'm saying? So if he came with that shit, where's your paperwork saying that I did such and such? Where's the motherfucker at who I snitched on, dead or alive? You know what I'm saying? So if you coming up with all these different allegations, this, that, and the other,
dead.
he dead.
His cousin
Okay.
dead.
So
my
where's the
nigga.
paperwork? If I told on the motherfucker whether the nigga is dead or alive, where's the statements and shit at? Eric, you can come up with all other kind of shit.
It's confidential.
Well, if it's confidential, how the fuck you know he tell it?
Cause he told everybody he told.
And then he said he was just telling a story, didn't he?
Nah, that nigga said he told everybody he told.
What you think about it?
Man, on the real, man, I really don't give a shit about it, man.
Like what you mean, yo? What you don't give a shit about? What is
Nah,
it you don't give
but
a
at
shit
the
about?
same look, I think like this though. He should have just kept it to himself though. Regardless, you know, it's situations, it's shit. Everybody talking about keeping the gangster and all this kind of shit like that though. Oh, I won't do this, I won't do that. You know what I'm saying? But if you sitting up, motherfucker, you sitting up facing 30 years or some shit, motherfucker dead. You feel me? And you mean to tell me you gonna go sit your motherfucking ass down and do that 30 years?
Look, let me. I want to say this right here. It's like this whole little snitch thing, and like I can be wrong too, though. You know what I'm saying? And it's just my opinion.
Right.
This little snitch thing come from like it's. I feel as if it's adopted. It's adopted by certain type of like I guess like mafia groups or mob groups from way back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck
Yeah.
all rats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's actually coming from people who actually didn't even like black people. You know what I'm saying? So you adopting something to where it's like if that shit is fucking flipped, it's cool within certain organizations to actually rat, tail, snitch, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? On a black, a African American. That
Right.
shit is cool. It's not no strike against you.
Mhm.
You won't even be labeled as a rat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like we as black folks, you know what I'm saying, we take that shit on and we call ourselves trying to live by a code, but you can actually know a motherfucker is snitching, ratting, tattletelling, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And you finna sit and back this motherfucker up. And the motherfucker that's so solid, you know what I'm saying, you gonna turn backs against this motherfucker.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? On a different token, motherfucker, we are in an age of information. If you saying a motherfucker did whatever, I don't care whatever the fuck it is. Present the
real.
shit then. You know what I'm saying? Prove it. Prove I did this shit. All right, well, I said something, whatever it may be. I could have been joking. I could have not been joking. Has anybody came out and proven anything?
Yeah.
Where's the motherfucker at who I snitched on? Oh, he dead? Where's the fucking statement? If
Yeah.
it's confidential, you motherfuckers in the public ain't gonna know.
Yeah, that's real shit, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like this snitch rat category, whatever it may be. I mean, if you live by that code, you live by it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know I ain't never told on a motherfucker. I ain't never snitched on a motherfucker, however you want to put it. I ain't never did shit with a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, to put me in that little situation. You know, so as I said before, that's that man's opinion and it was that man's action.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. What you think about the saying though, snitches get stitches?
I mean, shit. If you like again, if you engage in that lifestyle and that's a code you live by that shit.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? If you gonna live by it, actually live by it.
Yeah, for real. Man, it's where do you think the cannabis industry will be in the next 5 years?
Shit, in the next 5 years, it's on its way to a boom. And what I mean by a boom of like greenbacks. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already predicted.
Say it again.
A boom of greenbacks. You know what I'm saying? Them green dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Greenbacks.
Currency. You know, because it's already predicted, you know, adult, recreational, and medical use within what, like I think like 10 to 15 year span, or even a 5 to 10 year like range, is gonna like
Yeah,
quadruple, go up billions or some shit. So
yeah,
in that aspect, if you want from my standpoint, I want to have a stamp in this motherfucker.
yeah.
I want a
Facts,
motherfucker to know, like shit, what Serpo Jr. and Best Way to Smoke got to offer.
man.
Whether it's shit, medical usage of something, recreational usage of something, trying to show you how to use a cannabis grinder, how to roll, the best way to roll,
Giving you some dope
whatever the
products,
fuck.
some
You know what I'm
some
saying?
custom shirts, custom hats.
I
You
want that
know,
shit to be out
man.
there within the next 5 years, for Serpo Jr. and Best Way to Smoke. I will say that shit. I'm putting that
Facts.
out there into the universe. It's gonna be known.
Yeah, it's gonna be out there. Yeah, it's gonna be out there. Yeah,
What about you?
man. Bless
Hey.
you. That niggas. But man, look, man, I can't front, I can't fake, I can't even play, man. Look, I'm high. You know what I'm saying? I'm high as a motherfucker though. I've been smoking, I've been drinking on the THC drink though, man. But I think just on a whole nother level. The police force, I'm gonna speak on like LA, you know, in this area, California.
Go ahead.
So whew, man.
Go ahead. The police what? In this area. You lost you,
Man.
you lost focus, Big
So
J?
look, so look, like I'm damn, you fucked up my whole little things up. The police force. Damn.
True.
uh, Police force cannabis. Oh, okay, yeah, look. Man, you gonna have to do a lot of fucking editing, man, on this one. Look, like with the police force as it pertains to cannabis, to the weed, it's like a lot of it's been a lot of pushback on the legalization of cannabis in certain cities to the level that they are legal in certain cities and stuff like that though, and a lot of the cops don't like it basically because they dealing with more dispensaries being broken into, a lot more crime, a lot more situations like that though, and it's a lot of business owners that's even complaining because based on the certain things that's going on in these different areas where they have the dispensaries, um, it's not enough police. It's not enough things going on to prevent them kind of situations and shit like that
So
though.
where are the police then if it's not enough police?
It's not enough hours.
Not enough hours. It sure is a lot of police is in a lot of urban areas. You know what I'm saying? Patrolling, a gang of them. So it's like, so if it's in areas to where it's like it's less police or whatever it may be, like what? You thought like what, this area is not subject to crime, and I'm just gonna go to where crime
No,
may
they
be
probably just don't
subjectively
give a
high.
fuck. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them don't want them businesses there anyway. So if they being robbed and broken into, who gives a fuck? That would be the thought. You gonna probably show up a little while later. You know what I mean? Or they probably sending somebody to come rob them motherfuckers though, to keep it
Hmm.
100. But it's a lot of different shit that go on, with that. But a lot of these different police forces are definitely against the legalizations. They really don't want to see it happen. Like I said, for that aspect of dealing with the
Why
crime
do
and
you
shit like
think
that.
that though? Why do you think they don't want to see it like legalized?
Shit, maybe because it's gonna lower the crime rate.
So you mean to tell me
Shit,
cannabis?
that's one way to look at it
So you
though.
mean to
That's
tell
not
me
the only
cannabis? You
way.
mean to tell me cannabis
Hmm.
by itself makes up, I'm gonna just say 95% of the fucking crime rate across America?
Nah, that's not what I'm saying.
Bam. If they don't want to see it
That
legalized,
nigga said so. Bam.
no, really, if they don't want to see this shit legalized, because
Yeah.
it's like, all right, crime is gonna dramatically just fucking drop, just because cannabis is fucking unlegal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be out of a job,
Man.
so it
Hell
ain't no more
yeah.
of the crime gonna be going on.
Man.
What about motherfuckers that be on meth that just be going fucking crazy? Them sherm heads that
Yeah,
become
be
like Hulk
tripping and shit.
Hogan,
Yeah.
like He-Man and shit.
Yep. Yeah, it's a cold situation, man. It's like it's a lot of stuff going on in this cannabis industry. You know, it's a lot of businesses that's holding on, you know, by a thread. It's a lot of businesses that's flourishing, you know, and I think it's based on the areas, and I think it's based, and you know, in this realm, you gotta fucking stand out. I think, you know what I'm saying? You have to stand out to the way, to the effect that you standing out is gonna create extra profit for your business. You gotta figure out a way to have that, you know what I'm saying, something that's gonna make you stand out. Whether your prices are just right to where you're able to make a decent profit, but the people are still getting a quality product and, you know, at a decent price. You know what I mean? Or you got to have something, you know, to be able to survive in the way that the shit is going. You know, and like we talk about all the time, and you know, you be pushing this shit though. Like the community, you know, everybody getting together and pushing, and you know, that's definitely something us at Best Way to Smoke believe in, the community. You know, everybody getting together. We, like I said, we just came from an event today at the Americana Dispensary in Long Beach, and that's what it was about. Community. A lot of different brands,
Yes, indeed.
cannabis brands. You know, was out there representing their brands and shit like that for people to come and, you know, check them out and
Yeah.
go into the dispensary to purchase them. You know, to legally purchase them.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like, just to speak on a little community aspect of it, it felt kind of cool to like go out there and like see the different vendors, and within those vendors, like you can say the personal relationship you have with certain ones that's out there.
Right.
Like it's like that's kind of a cool little feeling. You can walk into an event and be like, oh man, there's community partners right there, another community partner over here, another community partner over there, you know. So it's like you going somewhere and it's like, man, I know people here.
Mm-hmm.
You'll feel comfortable, a little bit more comfortable, you know, going here, going there, networking with people. It's cool.
Yeah, for sure, man. So like, what you been smoking on?
I've been on some Gorilla Glue lately, bruh. I've been on some
The Gorilla
GG4.
Glue,
Yep.
the number 4. Yeah, how you know it's the 4?
I don't know it's the foe. They told me it's the foe.
Oh, you asked him if it was the 4?
That's what it was, the foe.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
the foe.
It's the same shit you had before.
I guess no, because the shit that I had before was Gorilla Glue #1.
Oh yeah, what was the
Yeah, and it
difference?
was Cookie Glue.
What was the difference?
To be honest, I don't think it is no difference. To be quite frank,
You
shit, it's
don't?
Gorilla Glue.
You don't
I didn't
notice
think it
no
was.
difference?
I didn't think it was no big difference.
Huh, man. Yeah, I've been off some shit called Mixed Party OG. I've been off some motherfucking some animal cookies. I've been off some G mints.
Add some Cookie Glue. That shit was sticky than a motherfucker.
Oh, it was? Yeah, big buds.
Big Bud. You know you got some bomb shit if you break your shit down by hand, and then afterwards you can't do shit because your hands become so gluey and sticky and shit. You like, fuck.
You gotta wipe them off and shit though before
Nigga,
you can even roll, cause the
nigga going up under
nigga, the
nigga,
shit gonna be all stuck and
scrubbing and
shit.
shit. Like,
Man, man. So what you think? If you had the opportunity to open up a dispensary, right? If Serpo Jr. had the opportunity to open up a dispensary, what would be your business model? Like, what would be your push to the people? How would you run that motherfucker though? How would you know what I'm saying?
I'll decline on that one due to the simple fact I don't even want no dispensary. If I was presented the
That's why it's an
opportunity,
if. It's a
yeah,
hypothetical.
that's what I'm saying. The hypothetical. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I was just offered just the opportunity to like actually be like a motivating speaker of some sort within the cannabis community, I'll take that shit over like managing a dispensary.
Not
Yeah,
managing,
uh,
owning.
owning, managing it. You're going to manage it if you own the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to oversee everything that's going on. You're going to manage your investment. You know what I'm saying? So whether you have a motherfucker working there with a manager title, this is your shit, meaning this is my shit. So I'm going to
So
be.
why do you feel like that though? Like that's not something that you would want to do.
It's just personal preference.
Why?
Because like I just told you, shit, nigga, if I would have that opportunity, I would rather be like a motivating or enthusiastic speaker within the community.
Okay,
That's
you
why I
did
would
tell me
not
that,
want to do that
but
because I
why?
would rather do this.
Right, I understand that. You saying the why is because you would rather do that.
Yes, I wouldn't want to do that
Why?
because it's a choice I would not want to do.
I don't think.
Due to the simple fact it's too much shit that's
Thank
going
you.
on that
That's
like
what I'm talking about.
I
Go
don't want
ahead.
to do that shit.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? Like
Why?
bottom line, like I just don't want to do it. If you could have a shot, what's your business model?
Man, this, man, you know what?
What's your business model? Because I don't want to do the shit, but I told you what I would rather do
Right.
and what I will be enthused about doing. That can be a reason there. I wouldn't even be enthused of having one, a dispensary. That's a reason for you. That's actually a second reason for you.
Look, what my business motto would be like for the people. You know
In
what
what
I'm saying?
aspect?
In the aspect of making sure they can get a quality product at a decent price to where they're not paying $55 for an eighth of a quality product. You know what I'm saying?
So if you buying a product to where it's like, all right, you unable to actually offer this at a quality price to where it's like I'm not even making a gain. So therefore I have to like pump this shit up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? What if that aspect of the game come to it? Are you still going to try and like, you know what I'm saying, cater to the people like I've been giving you 25 since then, but man, such and such went up, so I gotta go up on y'all. It's 35 now.
What I would look into and try to do first is as long as I'm making some kind of profit off of it, you know what I'm saying? To where it's significant enough to help with something.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't have a problem with it.
That's a good business model. But I think like in that aspect of the shit is you'll have to keep up with too much and you'll be keeping up with so much to where it's like I feel as if you'll lose out on your own personal shit because you're doing too much. Like if you have a love and a genuine love for that, I guess a dispensary is for you. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
with
if you
any business though. With any business, man, you
it,
gotta give it
it's
your. It's gonna be time consuming. It's gonna be a lot of different things going on with it that's
yeah,
connected
just
to
like
it.
I said, if it's a business, you know what I'm saying, that you want and that you enjoy, you know what I'm saying, it probably wouldn't be no thing to you. But if it's something to where it's like shit, I'm actually in this shit trying to cater, you know what I'm saying, to the people, you know what I'm saying, but I'm losing out on my livelihood over here. When I can do something to where it's like my livelihood is up and my dedication to the people is up. I'm not giving one to sacrifice another.
Have there ever been a time? Because I think I've heard this though. But have there ever been a time where you would have thought that you might have wanted to open a dispensary or have one?
No.
Never. Uh, just because dealing with the hassle of like what? Like just the everyday trying to run that kind of
Me,
business,
me,
worrying about being
me, and
robbed, all kind of different kind of shit, right?
that could be, I'm gonna say, an underlining factor. I don't like that type of attention. Like if you want to put it that way. You know, it's too much attention. It's like, all right, I'm catering to such and such. This is booming, such and such, wooty wah wham. It's different attention that's coming towards me. You know what I'm saying? Versus to where it's like I'm bringing awareness. You know, I'm enlightening certain personnel. I'm putting up certain personnel. You know, I'm being like a community team member. I would rather be like noticed in that aspect versus towards like, I don't know, a lick. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like if I'm approaching that aspect, it's like shit, it's certain shit finna go a certain way.
What
You know what I'm
about
saying?
what
So
about having a smoke shop?
a smoke shop, I can possibly see that.
Yeah.
Like a smoke shop.
Why?
Because it's like that's a spot to where it's like I can still deal with something that like I can be like comfortable with in the aspect
But it's
as
still
far as
gonna be
like,
busy. A lot of shit going on with it.
yeah, it could be, you know what I'm saying, but it's not in the aspect of a motherfucker being hungry. You know what I'm saying? It's like like statistically, you know what I'm saying, you hearing less of a smoke shop being hit or vandalized versus a dispensary.
Right. So that's a big factor to you, the fact that a lot of them be getting hit and all that kind of shit though, and just
Not
having to
that, you know what
deal
I'm
with
saying?
that.
It's like it's a saying out there that's actually in the work field. Work smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? So if I feel as if like I have to get into a certain field to where it's like, all right, this a precaution, this a precaution, and that's a precaution. But like within some of these precautions right there, I can kind of avoid that. You know what I'm saying? If I approach a different situation, or if I do this right here, this precaution, that precaution, this precaution, okay, I'm good with that.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a certain level of comfortability with me right there, as far
Gotcha,
as me
gotcha,
going
gotcha.
in
Yeah,
with business.
yeah, yeah,
You
for
know what I'm saying?
sure.
So
Yeah, I could dig it though. I understand that though. You know what I'm saying? On everything, man. That little nigga remind me of Lil John right now though. I had a little how you looked at a nigga, cuz I say, look at my nigga Lil John, man. But man, look, man, we definitely think you should smoke a lot of weed. You know what I'm saying? If you have the time to, you know what I mean? You have the time to. If you ain't never tried it before, try it. You know, if you old
smoke some
enough, yeah,
motherfucking weed.
try it. You know what I'm saying? Roll up some good shit and try it. Yeah, man. You are?
Hmm.
Yeah. So look, man, look, we want to thank y'all for tapping in with the Best Way to Smoke podcast. You know, we appreciate it. You know, this was one of them shows right here where me personally, I know I'm high as a motherfucker though. You know, we definitely got some cool information out for y'all, you know, as best we could, you know, and we thank y'all for tapping in and tuning in. Best way.